folks, it's another Sunday night, and what you're looking at is beautiful shots of downtown Dallas. And here we are. It's a Sunday night. 2 hours. You're going to be joining us here from 10 to midnight. Look at it. It's clear. If you're watching TV, you can see all of downtown Dallas. It's absolutely fantastic. And what you're listening to is called Joe Satriani. It's called Surfing with the Aliens.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Honest story, Laura. A few years ago, I went to St. Moritz, Switzerland, and I'm skiing.
Yes.
You know, you're the top of the world when you're in Switzerland skiing. It was this CD that I strapped to my body, put on my studio headphones, and hopped off the top of the mountain.
Wow.
To this.
Wow.
Can you imagine skiing to this?
Yes, I can.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, actually.
Kind of get you going.
It does.
But I have to tell you, those 5-year-old Swedish kids were showing me up.
I'm sure.
They were going down the hills with no poles and everything else. Anyway, folks, let me give you the phone numbers you need to know. It's 214-787-1570 or 800-583-1570. You need to pay close attention tonight because remember, tonight's the night we're going to give away the 2 ISDN accounts for all the email that we got in. And Laura, we have a very special promotion going on that we are giving away not 1, not 2, but 4 Pentium computers.
I know, it's pretty outstanding.
From Optimal Computers. Hang on, folks. It's going to blow your socks off. We're giving away 1 Pentium computer a show. All the details are going to be on our website. We're going to tell you more about that in a minute. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got some software giveaways. We got some reminders out there for people that are carrying the NetHead cards that we gave away a few weeks ago. But we're going to have a lot of fun.
NetHead cards, I like that.
I'm going to give you a little taste of something I'm going to do, Laura. One of my sites, or site that I'm going to talk about tonight, is I'm going to show you where I went head-to-head in a boxing match. Head-to-head with O.J. Simpson. Head-to-head with O.J. Simpson, and there it is. And you're going to actually get to see my boxing match with O.J. Simpson. And to see how much juice I pounded out of him on the World Wide Web. Anyway, I'm going to show you that later. I don't want to show you all of it now, but it's actually a pretty cool site.
It looks pretty exciting.
Isn't that funny?
Yes, yes.
And you've got some cool sites tonight,
Well, yeah, I really do. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. It seems like forever, doesn't it, since last weekend? Does it seem like forever?
It was a long week. It was a long week.
I don't know why, but a lot of things happened. Today's Easter, by the way. Happy Easter. Hope everybody had a great Easter. We did. Anyway, I don't know what it is. What is it? I mean, you were on the Ticket radio station, which that was really fun. Say hi guys at the Ticket.
Hey guys.
Hey George.
Ticket. By the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, the Ticket is actually one of our sister stations. We are broadcast on KLIF radio.
Right.
We have a couple other sister stations, with KPlex, which is a best country western station in the Metroplex. But the Ticket used to be a competitor of KLIF's, but they finally, Susquehanna, the grandfather of all these, went in and bought it, and they're on our team. And you got to go on their show on Monday, and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I must tell you, it was a wonderful time.
Wasn't that a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a lot of fun? I have to say, guys, at the Ticket, Dunham and Miller show, and George chose me as his nemesis. And George, I have to say, it was a fun time, man. I really like you, and I really appreciate all the T-shirts and hats and stuff you gave me. And I have to tell you, George, when I left, the kiss at the end and the hug was a nice touch. Anyway, I appreciate it.
Oh boy.
That cost me $5.
I'm just kidding.
You look very nice tonight, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I like the shirt.
What's the color, official color of the shirt? Melon.
You tried to call it orange. I said, no, that's melon.
Well, folks, I'm wearing my melon tonight.
I think it looks great. You look great.
Thank you very much. I'm working on it.
Yes.
Anyway.
I have a site that's relevant to that, by the way.
Okay, well, let me tell everybody, if you just tune in for the very first time, what we are. We're a radio show that's on TV, or we're a TV show that's on the radio. I get it confused, whatever the case may be. But you can listen to us on radio, you can watch us on TV, and you can follow along over the Internet. So there's several ways to participate in the show. You can give us a call at 214-787-1570 or 800-583-1570, or you can follow along at the net. Just go to our website at www.nettalklive.com. That's our website. Pay attention to it today because we have 3 different giveaways going on. And besides the computer giveaway, Laura, I'm going to have to tell you, if one person follows the instructions correctly on the Pentium computer giveaway, they have 1, 4, 6 chances, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances to win.
10 chances to win.
10 chances to win with that contest.
I like
There's
those
10
odds.
chances to win.
Good.
So it's actually pretty interesting how you do it. Anyway, let's go to our first call tonight. Let's go to Barbara in Coppell.
Hey, Barbara, welcome to the show. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, what can we do for you tonight?
Well, I keep hearing about these PCs that can fit into the palm of your hand, and I'm just wondering what they are and what they do. And I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
You know, that's a good question that Barbara and Capel asked there, is because, you know, Laura, there's new technology coming out which is going to put computing power in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
But that's a gadget question. So let's go over to Dave Matthews, our gadget guy. Hey, Gadge, what's the official name for these palm top computers that are coming out?
These things are cool. These things are called Windows CE devices, and CE stands for Compact Edition. And the Windows CE device is a small, it's about the size of a little clamshell, about this big, opens like this. It has a little screen inside that's liquid crystal. It's not a color laptop screen by any means, but what you can do with these things are do like Quicken when you're out on the road traveling. You can enter your expenses. You can do word processing with these, spreadsheets with these. You can even check email wirelessly, which, Jovan, that's pretty neat, from the road. Plug in a little card with an antenna on it, and you can pop in and grab your email anywhere you are in the United States.
Now, Dave, who's making these? These aren't just like the little Casio devices that used to do only Rolodex and appointments, right? These have much more computing power now, is that right?
That's right. It's a second generation. They're much the same size, but these are full-blown compatible systems. In the past, computers used to be one computer couldn't talk to another device. Well, the same thing with these little palm tops. Now that there's a standard for these Windows CE devices, Casio makes one, Hewlett-Packard makes one, Compaq, on and on and on. All the different manufacturers are making these, and they'll run each other's software. So you can grab any Windows, what's called CE compliant software, and put on any one of these little devices.
And it's CE, Compact Edition, is that
they
what
always
you
have
said?
to have little letters after everything.
That's right.
But you actually call them palm tops?
Well, they fit in the palm of your hand.
Is that your name?
The real name is Windows CE.
I know that, but are people calling them palm tops, or is it just you?
I don't know. I do weird things like that. It's probably.
Well, I think that's kind of neat. You might start something there.
It's
Actually, a lot of people call them palm
they
tops.
do. Palm tops.
Because they actually fit in the palm of your hand. And it's the closest thing you can get to carrying around a laptop. But as you know, Laura, I mean, you carry around a laptop when you travel. Laptops can be pretty heavy.
Pretty big, pretty heavy. That's right.
But you can do faxing and email and different stuff like that.
Yeah, just very basic, the low end of all this, but it's pretty cool.
How much are they going to? How much do they run? I mean, I've been seeing them advertised nowadays. How much will these CEs cost?
They start about $499, and I believe by the time you get power supplies and extra adapters, you can be up around $700 or so. And they don't have modems, so you'll need to get a modem.
So the only advantage is miniaturization, right?
That's right.
Just convenience.
Tiny. You can carry it with you. Use it as a scheduler, an organizer, and carry it on the fly. Instances that you wouldn't want to carry a laptop around with.
Okay. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to Dale in Irving.
Hey, Dale. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Laura. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Javon,
great.
Hey.
I'm a guy. The shirt looks orange to me.
It's melon.
Okay,
it's melon.
Melon.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
I just got a real quick question for you. I own a small business. I'm a martial arts instructor. And I'm wanting to get a web page up, but I also want to know how many web pages there are about martial arts out there. How can I go about doing this?
You know, that's a real good question that Dale has there in Irving, Laura, is a lot of people want to do websites now.
Right.
And they want to get their small businesses on the web. And one good way to know what you should do in your website is to really go out and look at what other people have done and to kind of get some good ideas and stuff. So that's a web question. We not only have to go over to Mark Markham, who is our web guy, but he also happens to be our resident black belt.
Oh,
so,
very good. Very good. And he really is, right?
You know, that's a good question, because a friend of mine, Chance Burleson with Outbound Karate in Bedford, asked me about the same thing, and actually asked me about building a website. And the first thing we did was sat down and went and saw first how many others out there on the web as far as sites are concerned about martial arts. And what I did was we went to Alta Vista, and if you go to altavista.digital.com.
Now, this is a search engine for people that are just tuning in. Alta Vista is a place you go on the internet. It's called a search engine. And what you'll do is you'll type in what you're looking for.
Can we
it's
show
like
it?
your own personal library, and it's going to find the information for you. So what'd you do, Mark?
Yeah, and we just put in the words in the search window there. We put in martial arts, and we clicked search. And we'll find, if we go to my computer here, we're looking and seeing that we actually come up with about 135,000 websites or hits or counts for martial arts.
135,000 different places that mention or contain or are solely about martial arts.
And you know what's really cool, especially about martial arts, Jovan, is that this is global. So these guys have roots way back in the Far East, and you can actually go to websites from some of these places that were done in dojos far in the Far East. They were actually come from dojo.
What's that?
Thanks for calling that, Laura.
Dojo.
Well,
You smart woman, Laura.
Very good.
oh boy.
Hey, Mark,
Nihama.
do me a favor.
You're
Let's
gonna-
do me a favor, Mark. I want to go back to Alta Vista, and I want you to choose one of the specific disciplines of martial arts.
Ah, okay.
Okay?
Let's do that.
So, Laura, you're looking at a generic one on martial arts.
Yes.
Let's choose a specific discipline. What'd you
Okay.
put?
Goju-ryu.
Gojo what?
Goju-ryu.
Gojo who?
So
Goju-ryu.
this is like a type of martial
right.
art.
It means hard, soft style.
Okay.
Let's
So
see
it's
it.
kind of a combination of hard and soft karate,
Okay.
and no demonstrations on air.
And this is live.
You're
Okay.
not going to
so
chop a
he's gonna
laptop
do
in
it-
half, are
he's
you?
gonna do a
Mark?
search.
Right.
So then, what do we come up with now?
I
How
can
many?
chop 5 laptops one shot.
33,527 websites.
Yep.
33,527 references. See how it pared it down? It went
Right.
from 135,000 and you put in the specific type of.
That's right.
So that's a listing of all the websites. Now, I have a relevant question
Okay.
to this. All these folks that are in here, do they have to actually register their website with the search engine in order to be listed?
Some of the search engines you do, some of them have crawlers or robots that go around the internet and finding addresses and indexing these pages. The best bet when you build a website is to go to all the search engines that you want to bring up your website and register your site.
And punch in like a keyword as well?
Yeah,
Or under what
usually
keywords
you
you
have-
might go to your site on?
Yeah, Laura,
Okay.
some of them have like a limit to the number of keywords, but you want to try to do as many as they'll let you.
Okay.
So yeah, it's real important that you get into these search engines so people can find you.
All
And you can
right.
just keep on paring it down and paring it down and paring it down. So hopefully, Dale, that answers your question. Just go to the net, go to a search engine, type martial arts or type the brand of martial arts that you're involved with, or I shouldn't say brand, I should say discipline, and put it in. You'll be a smart guy. You find
You
all
are
the
gonna
sites and
get
stuff.
in trouble.
Leave me alone.
are.
Leave me
God.
alone.
I'll be
Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's see. Let's go to line 3. Let's
Jovan, while you're pulling up that phone call, I've got we talked about submitting for the websites. This is a valid question too. There's a site called DFWnews.com, and what you can do here, one of our viewers sent this in to us, what you can do is register with all the search engines all in one shot. So
Oh.
think about having the time, and it's pulling up the webpage right now. It's
All
called
right.
Submit This, and you can go to just www.dfwnews.com.
Now, is there a fee for this?
There's no
this
fee.
Says free service.
Yeah, free. A lot of these are free, so you want to stick with the free one. There's a link in here. Here you go, down on this page. This is where you set up your page address, who you are, what keywords. You can see it's filling in the blanks here as we go.
Oh, I like
your
this.
company name, and it'll give you a listing of all the different search engines, and you just click on the Submit This for each one. You still have to do it independently. Click a button for each engine, but it contacts them for you. That's
Very
pretty cool.
good.
That's a good way to get those sites listed
That's
once you have a
right.
site. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to line 2. Let's go to Philip in Plano.
Hey, Philip, you're on Net Talk Live tonight.
All right, thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, I had a question about the difference between, or which would be better to buy, the zip drive or a read-write CD-ROM drive.
Okay, so you
Okay.
want to know what's better to buy, a zip drive or a read-write CD-ROM?
What is that?
That is a gadget thing. So
Okay.
gadget, first you have to explain what a zip drive is, man, and then you have to explain what a read-write CD-ROM, and you kind of give us your choice of what you would choose.
Okay, this is a pretty easy one. iOmega is a company that makes a couple different external drives. These are drives that go outside of your computer. One of them is called the Jazz Drive. Now, a Jazz Drive stores 1 gigabyte of information. Another drive is the Zip Drive. The Zip Drive stores 100 meg of information. Now, it looks like a floppy disk, but it's a little bit bigger, and it stores the equivalency of a little less than 100, and Mark has one in his hand if he wants to hold up to the camera. It stores about 100 floppies on that. There's a zip.
Okay.
Now, these things plug into either what's called a SCSI port on your computer, which that's a neat acronym. It's a
That's
special.
that's the one with
SCSI?
all the fungus growing around
Yeah,
it,
that's
right?
right. Dirty one.
It's the dirty one. Or it plugs into your printer port, which is a little bit cleaner. Well, the zip drive is super easy to work with. You can carry it from one computer to another, and you can store just 100 megs of information on it. So it's got a limitation.
So now what's a read-write CD-ROM?
There's no such thing as a read-write CD-ROM yet. the CD-ROMs are called WORM, Write Once, Read Many. That's what the WORM means. With a CD-ROM drive, they are a pain in the neck. First of all, you have to buy CDs that you write only once on. Now, if you have a problem during what's called the burn, it'll wipe out that whole disc, and you've wasted about $9 or $14.
So let me see this right. I'll sum it up. Zip drives, jazz drives, A-OK, CD-ROM, read-write, they still have some problems technically to work out before they're viable.
And that's all from extra memory, correct?
It's external storage.
External
See, I can
storage.
never get this correct.
Well, you couldn't remember it? Do you need some memory?
Yeah, I need a zip drive.
Hey, Dave, I notice on your backdrop, my friend, behind you tonight, you have a new addition.
Yeah,
what is that, a dead chicken?
Look, I've got a cyber chicken. We needed something a little different here. Don't spice
Very
up.
good.
That's right. Oh, a little tip for speaking of the backdrop. Next weekend is the Saturday sale.
Oh, that's
at
right.
Ross and 75.
And what is that again?
It's where we got all this junk behind me.
It's like the flea market.
the super flea market of computer parts.
It's Geek Fest once a month.
This is
That's
in
right.
Dallas, Texas.
Where you can go buy hardware, software, broken pieces, good pieces, odds and ends, and stuff people really want to dump and get rid of, and you can get it at a real cheap price. Mark, I know that you personally use a zip drive. Do you prefer the zip drive?
Absolutely. The jazz drive is really nice, but it can be real expensive, especially when you're buying the discs. The disc can get pretty high up there. I have a zip drive that I take with me everywhere I go with my laptop because it gives me, Laura, it's kind of like having an external hard drive that I can change anytime. For instance, our website, the Net Talk Live website, is on one of these discs. I can take it with me and edit it anytime I want to.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's really simple, and it's inexpensive.
Folks, that's the end of segment 1. We're headed into segment 2. Pay attention simply because we have some very important information in this break about the Pentium computers we're going to give away. Laura's going to show you a site, and I'm going to show you how I duked it out one-on-one with OJ and knocked the juice out of him. We'll be right back. Call a friend. We'll be right back. Hey Netheads, Jovan here, and it's time for more free Pentium computers. Now Net Talk Live is not giving away 1, not 2, but 4 free Pentium computers. That's 1 every show for a solid month. Now here's what you do to win. Just go to our website at www.nettalklive.com. There are 2 buttons. One says win free Pentium computers, and the other says win $1,000 worth of software. Just click on those 2 icons, follow the instructions, and you're in. And hopefully, you'll be Net Talk Live's next winner of a free Pentium computer.
That is the haunting voice of the innocent little child who cries out from her grave for justice. But are we any closer to an arrest in the JonBenet Ramsey case? We will talk with several experts whose analysis of the evidence points in a startling direction. Our ongoing investigation of the Ramsey murder poses the question, did the mother have anything to do with it? Next to Geraldo Rivera Show.
Monday at 1 on Hot TV 27.
We should all help one another. It's one thing to take, but you have to give. Always uplift the human spirit. Never degrade it. Eliminate violence. They don't make everybody feel that life is magnificent. We all have to live together and respect one another. This is the beginning of true freedom. See, there's the givers and takers. Well, the bottom line is like, what kind of a human being are you? And I think that's what Martin Luther King was all about.
If you have this on your current web browser, and if you want to fully experience all the internet has to offer,
And have the full power of sound, motion, and color of the World Wide Web.
then there is only one thing you should do. This.
Microsoft's Internet Explorer makes surfing the net, news groups, and email fun and easy.
Even for us newbies.
Internet Explorer has all the cool tools and features, and best of all,
It's absolutely free.
get smart. Download Internet Explorer now.
What's Marvin doing in the garage?
Helping Bobby make an electromagnet for his school science project.
Marvin knows about electromagnets?
Picked it up on the internet.
I didn't know Marvin was into computers.
He's not.
Finally, a way onto the internet for people who aren't way into computers. New Southwestern Bell Internet Service. With unlimited access, you can actually access.
Between life and death, Pharaoh's only son buried without his name. Between hope, vengeance, extending beyond the grave, and despair, a mummy with an age-old vendetta strikes back.
The dead shall walk! The dead shall speak!
Between mind and matter. An ancient evil must be stopped on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
Next on Springer.
I'm a racist. I hate all the non-white subhumans.
Do you get along with anyone? They're part of a racist organization, and they're looking for new members.
We're recruiting right now. We're getting all the young kids, we're getting them in your neighborhoods.
But these racists may have come to the wrong place.
We're being loyal to our own race, okay?
No, the truth is you're embarrassing your race.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Monday at 9 on Hot TV 27.
Isn't that some great music kind of going on tonight?
This is my theme song. I don't want to work. I want to play on my boat all day.
What's the name of your boat there, Dave?
I don't have a name for it yet. We're going to work on that. Let's have a contest. Email Gadget at Net Talk Live, and let's get a good name for my boat.
Gadget at Net Talk Live. Well, he really does need to name his boat. Last time I heard it was the Stabbing Cabin, but he really needs a better name now. Anyway, folks, we're back in Net Talk Live, teaching you everything you need to know about the Internet and the World Wide Web. Having a lot of fun, guys. Anyway, I want to let you know, Laura, I have something that's a first for Dallas. It's a first event sanctioned in Dallas by both the U.S. and the Chinese government.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And it's the Chinese National Acrobatic Troupe, and they're coming to SMU at the auditorium. They're going to perform, and we have 50 tickets that we're going to give away tonight.
What is the date? Do you have it?
It is next Saturday.
Okay.
That's next Saturday, and that is, let's see, the 5th.
Okay.
And we have 50 tickets to give away, so you hang on with a pen and paper. We're going to tell you how to win them. You could be, and your family can go to this, and it's going to be the first time that it's been sanctioned by both governments, and it's going to happen right here in Dallas, and you can have some fun and get
how do we get these tickets?
Cultural shot.
We can't tell?
Of course I can tell. I'm gonna do that when I give them away.
Well, I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry. Okay. Now what's going on now? Are you going to show us this wonderful passive website, Jovan?
Wonderfully passive Jovan.
Okay.
Jovan's the juice.
Anyway, this is on our website.
I never know what to do when you do that. I just have no idea.
Check this out, Laura. This is on our website, and it's called Celebrity Slugfest.
Is this one of your hot sites?
This is one of my hot sites. It's on our website, Jovan's Picks, and it's one of our sites we're going to do tonight, but it's called Celebrity Slugfest, and you can choose from Madonna to Barney to David Letterman to Leno to Bill Gates.
Oh, look at that.
You can even duke it out with Fabio if you want. But all these famous people, you have Ted Kennedy, you got Rush Limbaugh.
Why would anybody? Oh, okay, Ted Kennedy. I thought you were talking about John Kennedy. Okay.
Well, if I had to guess, you probably wouldn't mind hitting on John Kennedy, would you?
Yay! Back to the webpage.
Anyway, let's go back to our website there. You can actually see what you do is you choose the celebrity you want to choose, click start, and it's an active game right over the web, and you play with your keys, and you can kind of give the juice the punch. Look at that. He's wearing his black gloves, and I swore he said on national TV they don't fit. But look at that. He's got both of them on.
Now, do you ever get a hit? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I see what's happening.
Yeah, you get a punch, and you kind of see your power goes out, and right now OJ's kind of whipping the juice out of me. It's probably because I'm not the one pushing the keys. But you get to do this slugfest. You see him, he took a hit there to the side. There he took another hit.
Okay.
Come on. Rumble! Anyway, you can do that on this website. It's called the Celebrity Slugfest, and it is absolutely a fun site to go to and just have some fun. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, let's go to our next call. Let's go to line 3. Let's go to Daniel in Irving.
Hey, Daniel. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good.
I was at DeVry the other day, and they had a T1 connection. Someone told me later it was a T1 internet connection.
Right.
That was just like really, really fast.
Okay.
And I was just kind of wondering, what exactly is it, and is there anything faster?
Is there anything faster than a T1 connection? Well, that's a web question. So it's a web and a gadget question. But let's go over to web head Mark Markham. Mark, let's kind of do the explanation. Let's kind of step them up. The difference between a 28.8 and an ISDN, then ISDN to T1 and T1 to the 3.
Well, actually, the 28.8 is kind of like a coffee stirrer straw. It's kind of small, and 33.6. Now, we know that ISDN is becoming the thing to do if you're going to be on the internet. Go ahead and get an ISDN connection, and that's about the good size of a big regular straw kind of thing. And I got to tell you, now that I've got this new thing that Dave turned me on to at the house for ISDN, now I've got an itch for T1. Because I know what it's like to have both of the ISDN channels bound together now. And, you know, Laura, it's that need for speed thing that us guys have.
Right.
And a T1, what it is like it's having 24 digital phone connections in one package. That's about what it's like. So it's like going through a huge drainage pipe instead of a regular soda
Your
straw.
information is going through these
That's right.
things. Okay.
Right. It's like a no-holds-barred free-for-all.
So
for
now
information.
it's called a T3 or a DS3, correct?
Right.
Which is 3 T1s.
That's right.
From there.
Yeah.
Is there anything bigger? There's a 40. What's the 45 pipe?
OC 45. There's
OC45.
There's
See, it sounds
fiber.
like y'all are talking about guns or something,
right.
you know?
Well, that's a good
Really?
analogy because
It
a
does.
22 is a
like
real
a
small
28A
bore.
model, 22.
That's right.
And a
then-
45 is the big elephant killer.
That's right. And 357 is, well,
I think
a nasty gun.
They've got the fastest link running right now is a link between St. Louis and Chicago. It's run by MCI, and ironically, that's the first communications link they put up 10 years ago before they were a telephone company. And I think they're running at 522 megabits per second. Wow. Which a T1 is 1.5 meg per second. That means a floppy disk every second full of information. These guys have shattered that with over 500 floppies.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Phenomenal.
right. We got it.
That is major pipage. Speaking of guns, is like, go ahead, make my connection.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? That's a bed. There's a lot of speed. But you know, nobody would get a T1 in their home.
That beard made you say that, by the way.
Oh, yes, they would.
T1
Okay,
Right,
I take that back.
T1.
If you're a hardware head, okay, and you're like Dave, and you make your phone or your toaster answer your phone and rig it up, you might want a T1 in your home. But it's great for business. It serves that need for speed on a business level. Hang tight, call a friend. This break's worth some tickets. We'll be right back.
Hey Netheads, Chat Chick Kim Adams here, and it's time for a CityView.com treasure hunt. Here's what you'll win. Your choice of Dallas Stars or Mavericks tickets. Here's what you do. Go to CityView.com and find somewhere buried in the site who paid an Easter visit to Ronaldo Rios, the name of the hospital, and the URL. Be the first caller to 214-787-1011 and you win. Good luck.
On the next heat of the night, after a woman reports a disturbance, she's blind. Her neighbor is missing.
This doesn't make sense.
We now have evidence of foul play. And when she recognizes a voice,
That is the man.
the police nearly have a case.
What I need is a motive and a body. She was working on toxic waste, and there's your motive.
But where's the body in the heat of the night?
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
The more you read, the more you win. It's easy. Just read 3 books. Then have your parent or teacher call 4 in Touch at 972-299-FOX4 to register you in Read for the Stars. You could win some cool prizes, like a multimedia computer fully loaded with Microsoft software, Dallas Stars hockey tickets, an AMC movie party, or gift certificates to half-price books. Read for the Stars. Brought to you by Fox 4, the Dallas Stars, AMC Theaters, half-price books, and Microsoft.
Your Fred sure planned a humdinger of a trip.
Did the whole thing on the internet.
I didn't know Fred was into computers.
He's not.
Finally, a way onto the internet for people who aren't way into computers. New Southwestern Bell Internet Service. With unlimited access, you can actually access.
On an all-new night nights.
What is that?
Run for your life.
Her neck's been ripped out.
Something is hunting for food.
Ryan thinks it might be some kind of a wolf.
It is. And the only way to escape the jaws of death.
Oh, God, he's going after the kids.
Is to set an irresistible trap.
And we gotta get that thing before it gets us. How? We lay out some bait.
Who's the bait?
Me. On an all-new Nights. Baywatch Nights.
Monday at 8 on Hot TV 27.
To buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to buzz.
So don't you buzz!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy? I'm going out with my friend.
Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
Live from Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide. It's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communication superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communication superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Okay, folks, we're back at segment 3 right here of Net Talk Live. We're with you till midnight answering your questions about the internet and the World Wide Web. And, of course, in the last segment, I mentioned something about the fact that if you're here locally in Dallas, you can actually participate in a first right here in Dallas, which is a joint venture between the U.S. and Chinese government. It's where the Chinese National the Chinese National Acrobatic Troupe are coming to SMU's McFarland Auditorium next Saturday, April 5th at 7:30 p.m. We have 50 tickets that we're giving away, compliments of Nathan Morton and Communication Expo, and there's 50 of them. Let me tell you how to do it, because there's only one way you can get these. Tomorrow, which is Monday, be the first 50 people to go in person to Communication Expo at the North Dallas Toll Road and the Beltline. Go into the store, go to customer service, tell them you were watching Net Talk Live, and tell them how many tickets you want. There will be a limit on it, though, how many you can get. And just go to Communication Expo, and you can be participating in a first at SMU's McFarland Auditorium for the Chinese National Acrobatic Troupe. This is pretty cool. You've seen these guys on television and stuff, and now you're going to get a chance to see them firsthand, and these guys are absolutely awesome, and you might get a little bit of culture at the same time.
Just a little bit.
Isn't that cool?
I don't know if you guys knew this, but I used to be a contortionist in the circus.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Pretty neat.
Dave?
So,
I used to be a contortionist in the circus.
Dave, gadget guy, can you give us a demo of your contortion ability?
Okay, let me see. My chicken. How does I? Can I get the? Whoa. The chicken's beckoning me, much like the UFO following the comet.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
That's
man.
bad, Dave.
You know what? I was wondering why you were wearing those black Nikes in here tonight. You know, I knew you were a pretty weird net guy, but I didn't think you were that weird, Dave.
Wasn't that strange? I mean, it gives the internet a bad name.
I want to hope that our web development team doesn't have the same guarantee of we'll be happy.
We're having a sleepover at my place. Bring your black T-shirts.
Guys, you're going too far.
Too weird.
Oh, no.
Yes, unfortunately, Laura, that incident did give the internet a bad name. And no, they didn't do it because of the internet. No, they didn't turn into UFO freakazoids because of the internet. And no, they didn't try to catch the mothership because of the internet.
It was their leader.
They did it simply because they chose to follow Mark's uncle. Anyway, let's go to our next note.
No, really, Jovan. It's the way they made money was developing websites on the internet. So it's an easy thing to have them all contained in this place, and they're sitting, and all they have to do is sit in front of their computers and develop websites and take in money, and they don't have to go anywhere, right?
They sold all their worldly possessions except for 2 cars to go on these pilgrimages to get more people to support. It's a whole weird.
It was very bizarre, and it was very, very sad.
Laura, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Jovan and I were doing some stuff on Friday at the TV station, doing a story on this.
Yes.
You know what we found out? We contacted the ISP. They paid for years of web hosting for these websites on Friday before they went off to the surfing the alien spaceship thing.
They literally did. I don't know if we told you that.
They prepaid.
Yeah, basically what we did is we called the various ISPs and did searches and stuff and talked to the people that did their websites and anything. Thanks, Jeff. Anyway, and they literally went, Laura, and they updated their site Friday before, of course, they did this disastrous thing. And but they prepaid for their websites years in advance, I guess just as a way to kind of ensure their legacy that people would look this up and go on. But enough of that morbid subject. Let's go on.
Can I do my website? Can I do it now, or shall we go to a caller? I'm not trying to run your show.
Let's go to a call. Jeff, you have her website queued up. Let's go to a call real quick.
No.
Let's see. Let's go to the 800 line. Let's go to Bill in Fort Worth.
Hey, Bill. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
You're on Net Talk Live. How are you doing tonight?
Doing wonderful. How are y'all?
Just great. Thank you.
The music was a nice touch.
Thank you.
I have a question about Windows 95.
Okay.
I have a compressed drive that's running Windows 3.1 right now. And do I have to uncompress the drive before I install Windows 95, or will it just take it like it is?
Well, let's go over to webhead Mark Marco. Mark, first you have to decipher that for us, my friend.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Laura, what he's done, and you've heard us talk about compressing a drive before. He's used a program called Drive Space, or I can't remember what it was in 3.1. But the bottom line was what it does, it took all his information and it compressed it to a smaller package and kind of put it on what's called a virtual drive on another part of the disk to help free up some disk space. Supposedly, this is a way that you can keep from having to run out and buy a new hard disk when you run out of space on a hard drive. But I'm going to show you some secrets around that a little bit later in the show. Okay. One of the things that I would not do, because I don't like the compression programs. I think that they'll cause a lot of destruction and damage to the disk itself, and the chances of getting corrupt data and losing all your information are really high. Especially, and I mean, Dave and I was looking at Dave, I was like, oh no, I would not even venture to try to install Windows 95 on a compressed disk. The odds of losing all of your information are so out there. The best thing to do, back up your software, save it onto a tape or another form of backup media, clean off your drive, install Windows 95, and then get your programs and stuff back on.
You know what, Bill?
Or get a new disk.
Yeah, Bill, an upgrade like this, that's a major upgrade, this is your whole operating system.
Yeah.
And Windows 95 needs a lot more space. Go ahead, bite the bullet, buy the drive now. Keep your old drive just in case, oh, I forgot, I needed some data off it. That way you won't risk losing it, and this is a good time to bite the bullet and upgrade.
Absolutely.
And now, more than ever, Bill, the prices are cheaper. You can actually get a 5 gig drive. I can't believe this.
Here we go again.
A 5 gig drive. 5 gigs that a couple 3 years ago used to be thousands of dollars, now $469 at a major hardware retailer.
You don't need a 5 gig. Only Jovan does. Get like a 2 gig. You'll be fine.
You know, hey, why buy a 2 gig for $350 when you pay $469 and get a 5 gig?
Hey, it's a deal.
Right. That's a deal. I would go ahead and do it. Anyway, Laura, tell us about your site.
I'll tell you what site I'm going to go to, Jeff or Brandon, whoever's surfing back there. I'm going to do the Where Am I Going? If you go to Laura's hot sites.
So you don't know which one you're going to?
Well, it's called. go to our website and go. Look under Laura's hot sites, and we're going to do. No, guys. No.
Bad guys. Bad
No.
surfers.
Where am I going?
She's surfing with the aliens now, see?
You know what?
It's unanimous. I don't know. Laura doesn't know. Jeff and Brandon don't know. We all don't know.
Laura, where are you going?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I won't cover this until the next break just to make sure it's there. I'm not saying anything right now.
Okay, Mark, you have a quick demo for us. What's your tip today?
I want to show you guys something. If you go into My Computer on your computer and right mouse click on your hard disk or on your C drive.
So if we're looking at your computer, you go to My Computer, C drive, right mouse click, and then go to what? To Properties?
That's right. Click on Properties, and it's going to bring up this nifty little palette. And see, here's like an image. It gives me a graphical indication of what my disk looks like. The blue stuff, that's the stuff that's got data. The pink stuff, that's the free stuff. I got plenty of free space on this disk. When you get to where you've got very little bit of the pink stuff left, it's time to go get some more. And usually that's a hard disk or something along those lines you can add to your system. One of the things we need to do is to learn how to free up space on the disk. This is how I find out how much I got. For instance, on mine, I've got 643 megs of free disk space, so I've got no problems. But if you get up to where you've got less than 3 or 4% of your disk left, you've got to do something. Let me show you a quick way to get rid of some files. Click on Start, Find, Files or Folders, and then look for *.tmp files and get rid of them. Delete them. It'll clean up a lot of disk space for you. Also, remember, empty that recycle bin.
Okay, folks, when we come back, Mark is going to explain what an *.tmp file is. We're going to take your calls. Laura has a site. Tell a friend to tune in. We'll be right back after this brief message.
Hey, Gadget Guy Dave Matthews here with another tip for you. If you have a Communication Expo Net Talk Live Nethead card, take a look at the web address on the back of the card. What you'll find if you go to it is a listing of up to $5,000 in savings on products and services brought to you by Net Talk Live and Communication Expo. Thanks for tuning into the show and go to that website.
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? 2 witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Are you a today's woman, aspiring career-oriented professional, or active on-the-go homemaker? Then you can't miss the Dallas Women's Expo, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. The Women's Expo is the premier event this spring. It's a chosen one with health and fitness, business and finance, home and garden, travel and leisure, fashion and beauty, food and cooking, education and family, even a bridal show. More to see and do than any women's show in the Metroplex. The Dallas Women's Expo, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. Sponsored by KBIL, Fox 4, and Hot TV 27.
What's hot tomorrow?
Hot TV.
On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist: The Legacy. An ancient evil force is unleashed upon mankind, and only a secret group called The Legacy can fight it. Don't turn out the lights. Tomorrow night at 7, watch Poltergeist: The Legacy. If it's hot, you've got to watch.
Hot TV.
Hot TV 27, tomorrow night.
I used to use Netscape. I now use Microsoft Internet Explorer.
I used to use Netscape, and I now use Microsoft Internet Explorer.
I switched to Internet Explorer because we put it to the test, and Internet Explorer is the better browser.
I switched to Internet Explorer because it's easier to use, has everything the other browser has, and it's free.
Absolutely free.
Is it time for you to switch?
It's easy.
Just go to this website
and click on this logo, and your computer does the rest.
Get smart. Get Internet Explorer.
Download it now. It's free.
Some fans think hockey comes naturally to Mike Madonna. The fact is, it took a lifetime of commitment, years of hard work, and countless practice shots.
Cold ice, cool game, hot TV.
Is this in my contract?
The hottest shot is Stars Hockey on Hot TV 27. Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime, I'm gonna crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
Luis is rocking out.
You go, guy.
Mac Man's rocking out. That's our Mac Man, everybody.
And we're going to have a Mac Minute coming up here very, very shortly for all you Mac brothers and sisters out there. And, of course, you know, one of the things we had going on for the last week or so is we've had the ISDN giveaway. And we're going to give 2 ISDN accounts and modems away this show. Ready? So this is the very first email. Okay, now what we did is we had people kind of send in email, and we chose one from each category.
And what did they have to do again?
They basically just sent us an email telling us what they liked about the show, or what they liked about the West End event we did. And this is the we're going to go from the Net Talk Live one first. Ready? And I'm going to read this to you just real quick.
You're reading the okay.
Okay.
All right.
Joe Vaughn, no. Says, hey, cast and crew, I'd like to personally thank all of you for the time and effort that you put into the show. Many people benefit from such informative and entertaining presentation of the internet. There are many people who watch the show that you will never hear from, but are able to surf the net with confidence because they've had the opportunity to see some or all of your shows. Newbies, as you so quaintly put it, have been able to use the internet faster and better due to the tips they have received from the very qualified expert staff the show has put together. I am an information systems manager and really enjoy watching the show. I started out watching the show thinking there would be not anything these guys could teach me about the internet. Man, was I wrong. The show has managed to make it interesting for us oldies as well as us newbies. Even though I do not use a Mac, or wish to, I commend you on providing stuff for the Mac users as well. I really think this really shows the type of individuals who are associated with your show, the kind of people who care about everyone and try to provide for them. I am sure there are times when you are getting ready for the show and you think you're just filling a time slot, but this could not be further from the truth. You help many people, and you just do not realize it. I hope all of you the best and continued success with such a great show and fantastic learning experience for many, many people. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and that comes from David Golden, who is our first winner that we chose there and thought that was really good.
That's
so
great.
Do we have all right. Jeff, why don't you do me a favor, Jeff, our board op. Jeff, why don't you punch up David? I think we have David on the line. David, you there?
Hello.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
David, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What a nice email. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank y'all. Thank y'all. This is just fantastic. I just can't believe this. I've never won anything in my life.
And here you go. You're going to get your need for speed fix. You're getting a 1-year internet or 1-year ISDN account from CompuNet, and they're also giving you an ISDN modem. David, how long have you been following along with our show?
I guess I caught it the first night it was on. I just hadn't been flipping channels and caught it, and I've been watching it ever since.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, we really appreciate your email, and we really appreciate you supporting the show and stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our producer give you a ring, David, and we'll get all the paperwork you need to get you set up and get your need for speed fixed.
Well, thank you. I sure appreciate y'all. This is just fantastic. I can't believe it.
It was actually very lucky because he had his phone number down at the bottom of the email, and I got a call. And David, I understand you've been in bed sick a few days here.
Yes, I have, but I feel a whole lot better.
This should turn things around.
Funny thing that ISDN.
You're the man, David. We appreciate it, buddy.
Well, thank you.
Keep tuning in. Take care. Isn't that great?
And I love it. And I love his Texas accent. That is the Texas accent I love. It's just classic.
Big points there.
I love that. Seriously.
You're into accents, aren't
well.
you?
Yeah, Laura loves those accents.
Look out, Luis. She's a sucker for those.
But Laura, there's a certain type of accent that really drives her wild, Luis. You know what it is?
No.
It's an accent with...
Should I know?
Yeah, it's an accent with...
I don't want to hear this.
With frogs in the background, my friend.
Like they did last week.
Like they have in the Mac crack.
There they are. We have the frogs.
Anyway, Laura, you have
the sound of
I saw one jump behind him over there.
You have a website for us, Laura?
Yes,
Which is
it was actually kind of my fault we didn't go to it. We're going to go to my hot site. Where am I going is what it is. And let's go straight there real quick. And what it is, this is, Jovan, you can go in this, punch in any street address. And what we're going to do, guys back there, is we're going to punch in our favorite restaurant, Thai Soon, one of the best Thai restaurants in Dallas. And they're punching in, and they already have the address back there. I've called them up and said, hey, guys, what's your address there? And they gave it to me. And what we're going to do is, you know what? When we come back, I'm going to show you a map that pops up there. So, guys, you can go ahead and get out of that and pop that map up. We'll look at it later on when we come back. And we'll also explain what this is around my neck when we get back.
We'll be back right after this.
Call.
Make sure you pay attention. We're going to tell you how to win a computer. Call a friend, tell them to tune in. We'll be right back. Hey Netheads, Jovan here, and it's time for more free Pentium computers. Now Net Talk Live is not giving away one, not two, but 4 free Pentium computers. That's one every show for a solid month. Now here's what you do to win. Just go to our website at www.nettalklive.com. There are 2 buttons. One says win free Pentium computers, and the other says win $1,000 worth of software. Just click on those 2 icons, follow the instructions, and you're in. And hopefully you'll be Net Talk Live's next winner of a free Pentium computer.
Monday on Good Day Dallas, we're going to work off those Easter eggs with Lisa Hart and the Fox Fitness Edge. Also, our car expert will give us a sneak peek under the hood of a restored Corvette and take your phone calls. Our veterinarian will also answer your questions. And Jeff Crilly goes to the ballpark at Arlington. Join us 6 till 9.
Now is your chance to cheer on the Dallas Cowboys. Join the fun and excitement as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. America's sweethearts entertain U.S. troops overseas, appear on national television, and travel to exotic locations for photo shoots. Auditions are April 19th. Call 556-9932 for more information on how to become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
You always hurt the one you love. I want him. With a hissy word you can't recall. So if I broke your heart last night, it's because I love you most of all.
Weeknights at 10 on Hot TV 27.
The hum of the saw, the wail of the drill, the rhythm of the plane. If you love the music of woodworking, then listen to what you get in this free TV offer. Introducing 101 Shop Tips for Woodworkers. It's filled with time-saving secrets from the pros, like a jig for routing evenly spaced dados, the trick to straightening out uneven edges, how to keep lacquers and thinners from splashing when closing the can. You'll discover clever shop-made jigs and tips that'll save you years in shop time. It's all in one handy resource, and you get it. Stop the music. Free! It's yours free when you order Cabinet Making, the first volume in the Art of Woodworking, for only $9.99. Packed with hundreds of full-color photos and illustrations, Cabinet Making shows you how to master every cabinetry skill and get picture-perfect results. At a glance, you'll learn the secrets of frame and panel assembly, rock-solid joinery, adding decorative touches like molding. You can preview future volumes with absolutely no commitment to buy. Call now, and for less than $10, you'll get Cabinet Making, plus your free copy of 101 Shop Tips for Woodworkers. And there's more. Use your credit card and get this bonus video, Shop Secrets from Master Craftsman, free. This exclusive video gives you a wealth of expert advice and trade secrets from 4 master woodworkers. So call now to order Cabinet Making for just $9.99 and get 101 Shop Tips free. Use your credit card and get your free Shop Secrets video. If you love the sound of woodworking, then getting all this for less than $10 is music to your ears. Call now.
Call 1-800-718-9191 to order Cabinet Making for just $9.99 plus $4.25 shipping and get your free 101 Shop Tips. Use your credit card and you'll receive your free Shop Secrets video. Or send check or money order to Art of Woodworking, Department 9, Richmond, Virginia 23280.
Your dinner tonight, you'll love it.
was trading stocks.
Oh.
I'd call my broker.
Okay, we're back here. This is segment 5. This is the shortest segment that we have, and I want to remind you, if you haven't already gone to our webpage to fill out the entry form to win the Pentium computer from Optimal Computers, you need to definitely do that, because Optimal Computers has built some incredible systems, and Optimal Computers is known for building powerhouse systems, and we're going to pack it in all at one time, and we're going to give you some great computers anyway. Laura, let's go back to your website.
Right. Before the break, I showed you, we went to a site, this lycos.com. It's a roadmap thing. It's, you can go to my hot site, basically, and where am I going, I called it. And you can punch in any address you want to, right here, wherever you're going. And look at this beautiful map, Jovan, right there. It shows, see that little circle right in the middle there with a little dot in the center? That shows exactly where Thai Soon restaurant is. And by the way, they did not pay us to say that or anything. I just said it because it's a great restaurant. And Jovan, these maps are great, and you can zoom out and zoom in. There's like little controls on the bottom if you want to scroll up just a tiny bit, guys. I'm sorry, scroll down. I said the wrong thing for the web, guys. See, there's a minus and a plus, and basically you can do a zoom out and zoom in and just show these, basically different perspectives of your destination. I really like this a whole lot.
You are coming up with some of the coolest things, Laura. That is absolutely a great site. It's a great way to find your way around town. Anyway, yes. Dave, I know you've got a how-to for us. What do you have?
I've got a neat site. And Laura, since normally on Easter Sunday I like to wake up and frolic around the yard finding eggs, this Sunday I woke up drunk in a gutter in Austin. So I had to do something a little different.
You did not.
Well, let's not get into that.
Don't say that.
What I'm going to tell you about tonight is Easter eggs on a computer. And if you go to cnet.com and just go to the Net Talk Live website, click on My Picks, Easter eggs are little programs hidden inside of big computer programs.
So that's just a nickname for something hidden inside a site.
It's just like searching for Easter eggs on Easter morning. You find them inside the software. Now you have to enter a sequence of commands, and some of them are pretty complex, so you have to do it completely right. I'm going to show you one that's really easy. I'm launching here Microsoft PowerPoint, and if you go into Help About Microsoft PowerPoint, then click on the little logo here on the left-hand side. This is an example of an Easter egg. What it's doing here is it's showing the product development team. These are all the guys that created the program. Now, Easter eggs can be as simple as this, or they can be games. They can be just about anything. So check this out. This is pretty cool.
Do most software programs have Easter eggs hidden in them?
They really do. Microsoft is notorious for having these Easter eggs, so about every Microsoft package has them. Some games have them. It just depends. This is a good guide, though. My CNET website guide shows you where all the Easter eggs are.
Well, fantastic. Kudos to Microsoft. Of course, you can find that under Gadget Guy's links on our website at nettalklive.com. Okay, Mac folks, this segment is yours. Call your Mac buddies. Tell them to tune in, because in this break, right when we go out, it's worth some Mac software. We love you, Mac guys, and we're going to prove it right now. Call a friend. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey Netheads, Luis the Macman here, and it's time for another Net Talk Live Mac Users Treasure Hunt. Here's what you can win: a copy of Apple's Internet Connection Kit, your quick and easy access to the Internet. Here's what you do. Somewhere in the website, I've hidden a link to a prize page that contains the following logo. Find that page and be one of the first 10 callers to call 214-787-1011, and you can win a copy of Apple Internet Connection Kit. Good luck.
That is the haunting voice of the innocent little child who cries out from her grave for justice. But are we any closer to an arrest in the JonBenet Ramsey case? We will talk with several experts whose analysis of the evidence points in a startling direction. Our ongoing investigation of the Ramsey murder poses the question, did the mother have anything to do with it? Next, for All the Rivera Show.
Monday at 1 on Hot TV 27.
Getting married? Then don't miss the Dallas Bridal Show, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. This spring bridal event is held with the Dallas Women's Expo. Meet 30 of the area's top wedding professionals with everything to plan the perfect wedding. Future brides register for thousands of dollars in fabulous door prizes. See the beautiful fashion show at 2 p.m. each day. Discount tickets available at Dillard's. Enjoy the Dallas Bridal Show and the Dallas Women's Expo, both for only $5. Plenty of free parking. April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. Don't miss it.
If you have this on your current web browser, and if you want to fully experience all the internet has to offer,
and have the full power of sound, motion, and color of the World Wide Web,
then there is only one thing you should do. This.
Microsoft's Internet Explorer makes surfing the net, news groups, and email fun and easy.
Even for us newbies.
Internet Explorer has all the cool tools and features, and best of all,
it's absolutely free.
Get smart. Download Internet Explorer now.
Where did Dad get all those bees?
That's my mom.
Where'd your mom get all those bees?
She bought them over the internet.
I didn't know your mom was into computers.
She's not.
Finally, a way onto the internet for people who aren't way into computers. New Southwestern Bell Internet Service. With unlimited access, you can actually access.
Oh, boy.
Between life and death.
Pharaoh's only son buried without his name.
Between hope.
Vengeance extending beyond the grave.
And despair. A mummy with an age-old vendetta strikes back.
The dead shall walk! The dead shall speak!
Between mind and matter. An ancient evil must be stopped on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
Next on Springer.
I'm a racist. I hate all the non-white subhumans.
Do you get along with anyone?
They're part of a racist organization, and they're looking for new members.
We're recruiting right now. We're getting all the young kids. We're getting them in your neighborhoods.
But these racists may have come to the wrong place.
We're being loyal to our own race, okay?
No, the truth is you're embarrassing your race.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Monday at 9 on Hot TV 27.
KLIF. Live from Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide. It's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communications superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Hey!
Everybody's got the timing down now. Hey! All that proves is geeks can't sing. Anyway, folks, hopefully you went to the break, you checked out our webpage, and you went to nettalklive.com because we got a lot of giveaways going on that we're in the process in right now, and we're kind of having a lot of fun doing it. But one of the things that we're giving away, this is called an Intelephone, Laura, and basically what it is, Dean, let's get a shot of this right here. I'm going to switch to Dean, and we're going to put a camera down on the Intelephone, but it's a phone, and besides being a phone, when you look at this right here, let's get a shot of this right here. Basically what this phone does is does caller ID, a personal dictionary, a visual directory assistant, sports scores, weather, email on the net. You can actually send email on this phone, Laura. It does alphanumeric paging, stock quotes, horoscopes, lottery numbers, the whole bit. It's the phone of the future, and this is a nice, sophisticated techno toy. And if you actually go to our website, if you were to look at www.nettalklive.com, there's a little icon that says, give us your opinion and win. All you have to do is click that, and we're giving away
I
one
want
of
to
these.
give my opinion for this one.
Isn't this cool?
Now, what's the value of this, Javon?
Actually, I put $300 on the site. I actually think the things sell for $500.
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a $500 phone if I'm correct. But this is a pretty big techno toy.
I'm serious. I want this.
Anyway, Laura, I know somebody asked about your necklace, but let's take a call. We got one call real quick. I want to get out of the way. Let's go to line 4. Let's go to Don in Springtown.
Hey, Don. How you doing tonight? You're on Net Talk Live.
Fine, thank you.
Great.
I have a question. I've got a Pentium 133, and I want to know if it's possible to upgrade to the Pentium 166 MMX.
MMX. So you just have a regular Pentium 133 machine.
Yes.
And you want to see how you can upgrade to the Intel 166, the new MMX technology.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's go over to our gadget guy, Dave Matthews. Dave, this is a question we're hearing a lot about, this MMX technology. First, for our newbies who've never heard about it, explain what MMX is, and then how would he upgrade? Because he has several choices, right?
That's right. First of all, MMX is called multimedia extensions, and what this does is lets your video and sound look better, sound better, feel better over the internet, over games, you name it. It's an extension to make your computer run video instead of being a little postage stamp size, full screen video. So it's a good upgrade to do. Fortunately, as of March, Intel has released these MMX overdrive chips, and I've seen them located throughout the Dallas area. The easiest thing to do is if you're already on the net, go to www.mmx.com, and you can do a little search on what kind of computer you have, and it'll tell you which overdrive MMX chips are available. Otherwise, any of the retailers have a chart. If you're not on the net, take a look at the chart. It'll show you what CPU you have and what CPU you can go to for that MMX chip.
So they can get a chip, he can get a new motherboard, or he can buy just a brand new computer.
That's
It's really
right.
the options you have nowadays with the MMX technology.
But if he's got a 133 CPU, he's got good enough equipment that an MMX upgrade overdrive chip is all that he'll be able to need.
You cannot add any more, like, abbreviated things in there.
I
You
could.
couldn't say it.
I could say EDO, CPU, RAM, worm, CD-ROM.
Listen to that. That's that lingo.
Hey, you know what?
I have a site that's relevant to that, by the way.
It's just the language to make these techno guys sound important. Anyway, hopefully, Don, that answers your question.
We need something.
So, Laura, I know we got some people that were inquiring about that very interesting and, should we say, decorative necklace that you have on.
So you can't see on this camera. You can see on Dean's camera. Can you see on Dean's camera over here?
There you go. You turn a little more. There you
Turn
go.
like that.
Look into my chest.
Looks like the antenna to the
It's so
spaceship
close
behind
and
the
move when I
comet.
cough.
Do what I say.
No,
You are now a newbie.
It's so funny. We received a phone call, actually, or I wasn't on chat maybe, asking about this. Or a phone call.
What is it?
And it looks like something very strange. And someone said it looked like a solar panel.
Now we know where you get your bright
I thought,
smile
well,
from.
I could make a joke. Then this is like a communicator to the mothership or whatever. I hate to say that. I actually did it.
That's the
sort of
uplink
poor
to
taste,
the
isn't it?
Holly Dopey
But you know
puppy
what?
thing.
It's a cheap necklace. I thought it looked good because I'm wearing black and I'm wearing light, and it's a very, very. It cost me like $3.99.
Very good.
And I've never worn it before. It was like in a drawer, and I threw it on.
Laura.
And I'll tell you where I got it. Should I tell you? I
that's
want
not
to tell
me.
you where I got it.
That was the chicken.
That's the.
Isn't that fun though?
Holly
It's a
Bob
cyber
necklace.
chicken.
Wait, does it look good on camera? What do you think, or is it just too weird? Here,
No,
I'll
no,
go
it's
here.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're always in fashion, Laura. Don't
I'm
worry
trying,
that you're not in
you know,
fashion.
I'm
You're-
really trying.
I
to be hip.
actually think that Holly Bop necklace looks really good.
What? I can't believe you said that.
That looks like her Holly Bop uplink, doesn't it?
It does. It's a communicator. I told her
It's
it's
gorgeous,
a
Laura.
communicator with the
Why, thank
mothership.
you.
It is. And you know what? You're always very stylish.
Why, thank
You
you
look
very
great.
much.
I like that kind
I'm just
of-
trying to let my hair grow. See, I cut it off too short.
You think so?
Every day I'm looking for a millimeter. Yes, it's
I
too
don't think
short.
so. Let's take a vote on the net. Should Laura shave her head or let her hair grow? Send me emails and let me know, and we'll do it live on the air.
It's growing.
No.
It's
Laura Lewis
growing.
does lure probably.
Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to line 3, Joanne in Dallas.
Hi, Joanne. Welcome to Net Talk Live.
Hi, I've got a question for you about faxes on Windows 95.
All right.
When you're faxing within different area codes, but it's not long distance, so it's metro.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always trying to fax my dad who lives in Lake Dallas, and I live in Dallas, and it's not long distance, but the computer keeps putting a 1 in there, and I can't figure out how to get rid of the 1.
Okay, that's an easy one, dude. Let's go over to our gadget guy who faces this kind of stuff all the time.
That's right.
Dave, how would you answer Joanne's question?
I've got it pulled up on my computer here. First, Joanne, what you need to do is highlight My Computer on your desktop. right-click on it and slide down to Properties. And then once you get in here, oops, I'm sorry, I lied. Okay, double-click on My Computer. We'll go in this way. This is a different way to go. Double-click on My Computer, then Control Panel. And within Control Panel, you'll find Modems. Double-click on Modems, and in the bottom of the screen there, Dialing Properties. This is where you set up where you are, where you live, where you're calling from, if it's a laptop. And right now, I have my computer set in the 214 area code. That's because I spend most of my time in the 214 area code. If you spend more time in the 972 area code, stick that in there. Now, what you need to do is under your dial-up networking, click OK there when you set it up. Click OK when you set that up. All right, I'm going to click onto a shortcut here. When you pull up this this next dialing property, because it says 97 or 214 in my where I am area code, it's putting the 1. Now Microsoft has a bug, and what Microsoft isn't aware of is area code splits that we're having. So you'll have to just set up the area code you use the most, and then delete the 1 if it puts it there otherwise.
So the only thing she can do is just click on it right before it dials the number, and
right.
just do backspace or delete to get rid of the 1.
But if she does, like I said, if she's in 972 most of the time, she won't have to set it up most of the time.
Mark, do you have any suggestions over here? Have you faced this before? Do you have any ways to do this?
There's a way you can lie to it if you go into the dial-up networking and actually right mouse click on the shortcut for the connection and go to Properties. What you can do is you can set it and tell it that you're actually in the same area code that you're dialing, and then you can just put in the 214. Now I do this for when I'm, like Dave was talking about, because I live in the 817 area code, but when I'm here in the show, I like to, and I tell it that I'm in the 214, so it gives me the number. Now if I'm in 972, I also have a different one that I use, which automatically comes up and it says 214 da 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 da.
And this is the same if she was sending a fax from her computer.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if she's using the Windows Tappy for her fax program, which is the telephone protocol, if Windows is going to be doing the dialing, then it needs to know how to do that.
Okay.
But the bug is that Microsoft always puts the 1 in. We can't get rid of that because Microsoft assumes that we're calling long distance. So there is a little bit of a, you'll always have a 1 there if you don't watch it.
Okay, well, hopefully, Joanne, that answers your question there. Laura, I know you have another site for us.
I do have another site, and I don't know if Luis is around, but if he could say this, Pump It Up is the name of, you can say it like Luis would say it. Pump It Up is what you're going to go to my Laura's Hot Picks. Go ahead, Javon, say it like MacMan. Pump it up. This is in honor of you, by the way.
Oh, this is.
You know why? Because you have recently lost like 20 pounds, and you're trying to get in shape. And I'm really dedicated to this Shape Up for Summer thing. And I promise every single week we're going to have a healthy site, and I'm going to hopefully influence everybody out there. It's going to be summertime. The clothes are going to be less and less, and we want to look pretty good. I think you look great, Javon. I really do.
24 pounds, by the way. I've trimmed, and I'm still going. That's my estimate.
Really good. Well, let's go ahead and go, guys. And what it actually is, it's a muscle and fitness magazine online right here. And basically what it is that you want to scroll down here, and this updated recently.
Hello. Look at those muscles flexing on the side. We're going to make you a girly man.
We're going to go to go to the nutrition and click on that. We're going to go in the nutrition realm there. And look, there are all these articles written, and they're very well written. Right there, we're not going to go to the one at the bottom, guys, but see, it says some like it hot. Go ahead, scroll down the bottom. See that? By the way, a little tidbit about Jovan. Jovan is a pepperhead, right?
That's right.
And he loves, and Jovan, you got to read the article. Interesting thing about peppers and health. But we're going to go to a different one. We're going to go there to the nutritional healing. And right there, we're going to click on that. Scroll down, guys, to that list that I told you about there. I'm going to show you top 25 healing foods and top 25 foods to avoid.
Very nice.
All you got to do is go to that, click on it, go down to here, and it says, top 3 foods. Basically, eating garlic, soybeans, and yams would be wonderful to add to your diet. And then get rid of, let's say, some fried or pickled eggs, alcohol, and bacon. And some of those are pretty obvious and others are not. I would recommend you take this list, print it out, and go to your pantry and your refrigerator, take everything out that's on that right-hand list, give it to a friend, and then go out and buy some stuff on the left-hand list, and you're on your way to getting more healthy.
You're really knocking down some...
Hey, I've done that before, though.
You're really knocking down some good sites. I like that.
Well, thank you.
I like that. That's very good.
I'm glad you like it.
Anyway, speaking of sites, let's kind of go and see what our very own chat chick Kim Adams has in the way of a brand new chat site. Kim, what's going on over there?
Well, I've got a chat site about romance, Jovan.
So now that I've lost 24 pounds and I can pump it up. Anyway, what's the romance site you have?
The romance, it's matchmaker.com. And what it is, you can get a 7-day trial membership for free. It takes about an hour to fill out the profile. And once you fill out a profile, you can hop on and you can chat and you can see other people who are on who you might want to talk with. If you're looking for someone in Dallas or someone who's 35 to 40, and it's just a great way to meet people. I mean, if you're on IRC at all, you know that flirting usually starts to happen pretty soon once you're on the chat lines. And so I thought this was just a neat way for people to really, actually meet.
And this can actually put you in rooms with people of like-minded interests, correct?
That's correct. Like-minded interest, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, that kind of thing.
And so is this where you can go in? I have not done this very much. You can go in and actually connect with somebody and then scan in your photograph and let them look at you?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
You can definitely let them do that. I mean, a lot of people already have their photos up, and there's a little camera there, and it has a photo, and you can check out the photo first before you even go chat with them.
Oh.
I would tell everyone checking out this site, this is one of the sites that it really really caters to every type of lifestyle is should we say accounted for in this site, but it is simply the largest in the United States for this type of stuff. It's a good way to meet other people.
Kim, I want to know,
Yes?
Kim, how do you know how long it takes to fill out the profile?
Well, because I had to fill it out in order to check out the site, Dave, okay?
She had to do research, of course, Dave.
I mean, research for the show. I would sacrifice anything for the show. Don't you know it?
It's amazing, too, David. You should see what you go to this site, what it pulls up when you type in gadget, too. So you're there. We know you've been there.
I'm glad this is after 11 o'clock tonight.
D. Matthews? What is this?
I didn't mean to start anything, okay?
Dave Matthews has his very own segment in this site. Anyway, we're going to a break. We're headed into segment number 7. This break is a treasure hunt break. So fire up your browsers, grab your mouse, because it's worth some sporting event tickets. Call a friend, tell them to tune in and go to our website and sign up for the Pentium computer from Optimal Computers. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey Netheads, Pete the Prize Guy here, and it's time for another CityView.com treasure hunt. And here's what you'll win. Your choice of Dallas Stars or Dallas Mavericks tickets. And here's what you're going to do. Go to CityView.com and find somewhere buried in the site some folks are having a Redheads Only contest going on. We need the city and the URL, and then be the third caller to 214-787-1011, and you win. Good luck.
On the next heat of the night, after a woman reports a disturbance, she's blind. Her neighbor is missing.
This doesn't make sense.
We now have evidence of foul play. And when she recognizes a voice,
That is the man.
the police nearly have a case.
What I need is a motive and a body. She was working on toxic waste, and there's your motive.
But where's the body in the heat of the night?
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
The more you read, the more you win. It's easy. Just read 3 books. Then have your parent or teacher call 4 in Touch at 972-299-FOX4 to register you in Read for the Stars. You could win some cool prizes, like a multimedia computer fully loaded with Microsoft software, Dallas Stars hockey tickets, an AMC movie party, or gift certificates to half-price books. Read for the Stars. Brought to you by Fox 4, the Dallas Stars, AMC Theaters, half-price books, and Microsoft.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. Get up there. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. I fell.
Area secured. On an all-new Nights.
What is that?
Run for your life.
Her neck's been ripped out.
Something is hunting for food.
Ryan thinks it might be some kind of a wolf.
It is. And the only way to escape the jaws of death.
Oh, God, he's going after the kids.
Is to set an irresistible trap.
And we gotta get that thing before it gets us. How? We lay out some bait. Who's the bait? Me.
On an all-new Nights. Baywatch Nights.
Monday at 8 on Hot TV 27.
To Buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to Buzz.
So don't you buzz me!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friend.
Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
Hi, I'm Joe Lara of Tarzan, The Epic Adventures. We're conducting a nationwide search for Jane. If you think you can handle the part, we'd like to hear from you. For more details on how to enter our search for Jane, watch Tarzan, The Epic Adventures. You never know, I could be saying, I'm Tarzan, you're Jane.
Okay. Quick gadget. Which song is this?
The Romantics? No? Is that right? Talking in My Sleep.
Talking in My Sleep.
Very good.
Good.
I'm a child of the 80s. I have to know these
You know, I
things.
used to use this song when I used to teach aerobics.
That's
in
right.
The 80s.
This was one of the big
a
old.
very popular song.
One of the hot songs during the 80s. Anyway, we're going to read you another winner from the ISDN contest. This is one of the ones that was sent in from the West End. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to have Pete get them on the line, and then we'll put them on the air. But I want to read you this email, Laura.
All right.
This particular email says, I've known people who could throw a party, but I've known people who could throw a party before. But damn. You guys really know how to put on the dog. For a homebody cyber geek like me to get out of the house and rub elbows with so many cool people was a once-in-a-blue-moon kind of experience. And I will not soon forget. With all those people smashed together and all those freebie CDs flying through the air, it reminded me of my first rock concert back in the 1970s. Thanks for the disc and the trip down memory lane. I really loved feeling like a part of something so big and cool. Thanks again, your loyal listener, Les Coulomb. Is his name? Les Coulomb. We got Les on the line. Let's put Les up.
Hello.
Hey, Les.
Hi, Joanne.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Les.
Okay. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Les.
Hello, everybody.
Well, the question is, Les, what was your first rock concert there in the 70s?
Well, boy, I hate to date myself, but it was Led Zeppelin's second tour.
All right.
It's actually 1969, I believe.
It was actually a madhouse down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. A lot of push and shove.
Pretty packed and stuff. We were having a lot of fun, but thanks for your email. We actually kind of chose these out by random. And then what I did, Laura, is I clicked on 10 real quick up and down the list of the different times that came in, and we all pulled those 10 together and picked one that we thought was pretty funny. And Les, we have to say we got a kick out of yours.
Well, thanks.
It was pretty good. So, Les, I'm gonna put you back on, and Pete is going to get with you on the phone, Les, and we'll get out all the paperwork.
All right.
We need to get to you. Les, how long you been tuning into the show now?
At least a couple of months.
Well, we appreciate you tuning in. And, hey, now it paid off. ISDN from CompuNet and a modem.
I'm getting Zeppelin flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm flashing back.
Well, we wanted to help you fully experience the experience there, Les, so we appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Les. Congratulations. All right.
I just think that's pretty cool that people can do that and have fun. And it was packed down there, and we had a lot of fun. And it was kind of like a rock concert in a way.
Yeah, it was.
I wish you would have played the drums. I wish you could have.
We should not have forgot
I
that.
wanted to get up there on the stage and play the drums because, as you know, I'm a drummer, and I wanted to have some fun. And I did not get up with T-Bone and the Po-Boys to get up there to play the drums, but I promise if we ever do another event like that, it'll be done a little bit differently, but I may get up there and play the drums.
In a bigger place.
Texas Stadium proudly presents
live.
Well, what does it cost to rent Texas Stadium? You just
Who cares?
I did check it out.
Seriously.
I did check it out for
Do
everyone.
we know a price?
$75,000.
Is that true?
$75,000.
Mail your small unmarked bills to Jovan.
Everybody pitch in,
That's
folks,
right.
and next time we'll rent Texas Stadium to have our shindig.
There you go.
Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to the 800 line. Let's go to Randy in Dallas.
Hey, Randy in Dallas. Welcome to the show. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi, how are y'all tonight?
Doing great. You have a question for the guys?
I do. I have a 33.6 fax modem, and my ISP is Microsoft Network.
Okay.
I'm running with Internet Explorer, and I guess that really didn't matter, but my question is, I'm not able to connect it any faster than 28.8, and Microsoft Network lines say that they'll support 33.6.
So if you had to guess where the problem lies, okay, Randy, because we've answered this before. If you had to guess where the problem is, where do you think it is?
I would think it's in the line.
You would think it's in the line. Well, that's a good guess. Let's go over to our gadget guy. Dave, explain this phenomenon of what modems claim they can do and what they really do.
All right. The problem is probably with the line between your house and your switching station somewhere in your neighborhood. These are analog lines. They get dirty, they get corroded, they get nasty, they get noisy. The lines that Microsoft Network uses are pure digital, so you won't have any noise there. So what you need to do is tell your phone company to come out, and you can pay a little extra per month to get what's called a data quality line, or maybe just have them do a line check. They might find some noise on it, some static. And Jovan, we just got some email during the show. We talked about T1s and T3s.
Right. And I think I misquoted.
That's right. Mentor caught you on that.
Right. I actually misquoted that, and where I said that a DS3 was actually like 3 T1s, and it's not.
That's
so
right.
Correct me.
It's 28 T1s.
Oh, wow.
28, which gives you 40.
That's a big difference, Jovan.
So that would be where Mark talked about a T1 being a culvert or a drainage ditch. This would be the Lincoln Tunnel in New York City.
So you go.
That's right.
You go from 1.5 megabit per second to 45 megabits per second.
See, that's what's so great about this show. There's so much interactivity that you can be corrected immediately.
Oh, yeah, we can't make no mistakes.
IRC,
email, they will.
Right.
As soon as I misquoted that one, I'm telling you, as soon as we went to break, I was corrected, and I just absolutely forgot to correct it. Anyway, let's go to our next call. Let's go to Sherry in Grand Prairie.
Oh, gosh. Hey, Sherry, how you doing?
Just fine. How y'all tonight?
You're on Net Talk Live tonight.
I had a question. Y'all had several already about upgrading. I've got an IBM PS1. It's a 46DX, and I've already done quite a bit of upgrading myself, and pretty much maxed it out all except for memory. And a friend of mine was telling me that it probably wouldn't be any problem for me to replace the motherboard so that I could install a Pentium chip, because I'm supposedly not supposed to be able to switch out the chip on this as it is.
So yeah, that's an interesting question as to, do I upgrade by doing a chip, or do I upgrade by changing a motherboard? And it's a phenomenon not only Sherry has, but a lot of people out there. They have lower end computers and they want to get better computing. So the question is, do I upgrade with a chip? Do I upgrade my entire motherboard, or do I just buy a new computer? When we come back, we're going to go to gadget guy Dave Matthews. He's going to give his recommendation. Hey, watch this. We're going to tell you how to win the optimal Pentium computers. Tune in, a friend, and Laura's got a site. We'll be right back. Hey, Netheads, Jovan here, and it's time for more free Pentium computers. Now, Net Talk Live is not giving away one, not two, but 4 free Pentium computers. That's one every show for a solid month. Now, here's what you do to win. Just go to our website at www.nettalklive.com. There are 2 buttons. One says win free Pentium computers, and the other says win $1,000 worth of software. Just click on those 2 icons, follow the instructions, and you're in. And hopefully, you'll be Net Talk Live's next winner of a free Pentium computer.
Hi, this is...
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? 2 witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Are you a today's woman, aspiring career-oriented professional, or active on-the-go homemaker? Then you can't miss the Dallas Women's Expo, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. The Women's Expo is the premier event this spring. It's a chosen one with health and fitness, business and finance, home and garden, travel and leisure, fashion and beauty, food and cooking, education and family, even a bridal show. More to see and do than any women's show in the Metroplex. The Dallas Women's Expo, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. Sponsored by KBIL, Fox 4, and Hot TV 27.
What's hot tomorrow?
Hot TV.
On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist: The Legacy. An ancient evil force is unleashed upon mankind, and only a secret group called The Legacy can fight it. Don't turn out the lights. Tomorrow night at 7, watch Poltergeist: The Legacy. If it's hot, you've got to watch.
Hot TV.
Hot TV 27, tomorrow night.
I used to use Netscape. I now use Microsoft Internet Explorer.
I used to use Netscape, and I now use Microsoft Internet Explorer.
I switched to Internet Explorer because we put it to the test, and Internet Explorer is the better browser.
I switched to Internet Explorer because it's easier to use, has everything the other browser has, and it's free.
Absolutely free.
Isn't it time you switch?
It's easy.
Just go to this website
and click on this logo, and your computer does the rest.
Get smart. Get Internet Explorer.
Download it now. It's free.
Some fans think hockey comes naturally to Mike Madonna. The fact is, it took a lifetime of commitment, years of hard work, and countless practice shots.
Cold ice, cool game, hot TV.
Is this in my contract?
The hottest shot is Stars Hockey on Hot TV 27. Remember 1974? On Friday nights, you were probably watching
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Rockford Files, with good old-fashioned fist fights, fast gas-guzzling cars, and even pay toilets. Well, the 70s may be over, but Rocky, Dennis, and Jim rock on.
Give me a dime, I'm gonna crack you open like a piggy bank.
The Rockford Files are still hot, weeknights at 11:30 on Hot TV 27.
Live from Dallas, Texas, broadcast worldwide. It's the world's first interactive triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with your co-host, Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. And your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communications superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Holy.
There's Kim working away on chat. Just kind of having fun. Some of the names we have on chat tonight, some of the people we have there. Spider, Ace, Hitch, Pac-Man, Tarzan, Wika, or Wilka, or Mayor. Hey guys, thanks for being on chat. Hope you're having fun as we go back to the broadcast here.
And chat, basically, for the newbies or the wannabes, as one of our viewers had called himself, which was kind of neat. Chat is really where a bunch of people are talking while we're doing the show online, and they're all kind of in the one big room.
Kind of typing
back and forth and talking to each other. And so that's where part of our interactivity comes in there.
Right, because you can email the show, you can listen to the show on your computer, you can call in on the phone line, you can watch on TV, you can listen over the radio, and you can chat during the show.
Right.
Talk with other people that are watching the show at the same time and kind of having fun.
IRC Internet Relay.
Chat. Very good. Anyway, let's go back to Sherry in Grand Prairie. Sherry in Grand Prairie. I like the way that sounds. I'm having fun with that. Anyway, Sherry told us that she has a 46 motherboard and she wants to upgrade it, and she wants to go to a Pentium computer. Now, Sherry, are you sure you want to upgrade? I mean, you said you upgraded your memory, right?
No, that's about the only thing I haven't upgraded. I've installed a CD-ROM on it. I put an additional 2-gig hard drive on it.
Uh-huh.
I put a 28.8 modem on. I've done just about everything there is except for this.
Okay, well, look, we're going to go over to Gadget Guy, and he's going to kind of call it like it is, and he's going to kind of tell you what you should do. So, Gadge, what should she do?
Okay.
Should she buy a chip and upgrade it? Should she get a brand new motherboard, or you think she just should buy a whole new computer?
Well, Sherry, I think I heard you say it was a laptop. Is that correct?
No. It's an IBM PS1.
Okay. One thing that's kind of difficult with the IBM or the Compaq or any of these mainstream Hewlett-Packard computers, the cases are all just a little bit different. So if you try and upgrade the motherboard, you'll find that your case won't work. And that's why Mark and I like these build-your-own systems, because they use these generic cases. What you could do, though, is get an overdrive processor. And there are some overdrives that'll make your 486-66. Now that's a speed, Laura, so you don't call me on that one.
Thank you.
That it'll make that 66 megahertz machine up to a Pentium 83. You won't get any MMX technologies, but you will be at a low-end Pentium speed. Those chips are around $400. So that's one last thing you can do to this thing. However, if you take your computer by Computer Junction or any of the computer stores that build PCs for you, you could see if they could fit a motherboard in the case, but it might be a long shot. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, Dave, I'm with you because I think the PS1 has got the low profile front end. It's got the sideways mounted interface for the cards that go in, like the modem and so forth. The best bet, these days you could probably go down, like you said, to Computer Junction, or my new favorite place, Optimal Computers, over off of 360 in Arlington, is you could probably get a case and a motherboard and a CPU for less money than getting the upgrade, the overdrive chip. A case is not but about $45 or $50 nowadays with a power supply, and all of your other peripherals, your modem and video card and those things will work just as well. So that would be the best bet, I think, and the cheapest way out of getting an upgrade for yourself.
Well, like a new pair of tennis shoes.
There you go. Right. There you go, Sherry. Now you have several options. Sherry, how long have you been surfing the net?
Oh, a couple of years.
Well, you've been on it for a while. It is time, Sherry, from Grand Prairie, to get you a true Pentium computer.
I know.
I tell you what, there is one quick way to try to get one and kind of save a little dough. Go to our website and fill out the contest form.
I intend to.
We appreciate your call, Sherry. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye. That is one way to do it, since we're giving away 4 Pentium computers, and now you're going to give away a cool website.
I sure am. Okay, we're doing my last website for today, and basically I named it after one of our viewers as well, said Webonics. Go to my hot sites, and what it is basically is it's called whatis.com, and this is the best site I have found for internet terminology thus far. Up at the top here, I know they've already gone to the section I want to, it's actually separate scrolling.
So it's in frames. So you have
frames.
This is what's called frames.
So can you show them how that kind of moves a little bit, so you can actually scroll up and down separately up there, and this whole thing moves. There you go. What we're going to do, you know what, guys? I'm going to go, because we've been talking about T1 so much. Click on the T1 right there.
T1, T3, etc.
Right up there.
I'll
T1,
give you a hint,
T3.
guys.
Click
it begins
on
with a T.
There we go. T1 right down there, a T carrier system, and it goes in and explains exactly what all this is. And you can go in and read it for yourself. Basically, it's kind of lengthy. But let's go up now to the other one, you guys, I was going to go for. Let's go to thunking. No. Let's go down to thunking.
You really want to?
Come on. Here we go. We're going to find it. Thunking. The thing is, on this site, you can go ahead and enter your own words, and they'll put it in there. Are we there? Thunking. Look at this. Thunking is the transformation between 16-bit, 13-bit instruction formats in an operating system. And actually, see, the word was suggested by this gentleman down here at the bottom. And all I can say about that is who'da thunk, right? I had to make that joke.
Who'da ever thunk it?
Who'da ever thunk it? But this, folks, really is an outstanding, I thought you'd like that one, Jovan, an outstanding site for internet terminology. What? Is there something I don't know about here?
Oh, man.
This is not good.
Thunking. Okay.
I'm thunked all out.
Is this where your brain, where is your brain somewhere
It's
else?
somewhere. It's at Dunkin' Donuts. You like that? I'm full of that. I'm full of that really cheesy humor.
Good, Dave. I like that
It's
too.
it's what Jeff chimed in our ear and said it's a cyber sniglet is what it is.
But anyway, that's my third side of the day there.
Speaking of sniglets and thunking, it's time for our Mac Minute, so let's go over to
Luis.
Come on.
What you have for us today?
I have a tip.
You
And
have
cricket,
what?
And frogs. And thunking, whatever that is.
Now, if you watch really close, you might see frogs jump behind
Yeah,
Luis
they're
there.
right by him.
Right over
We
there.
got the
Anyway.
chickens.
Tree frogs.
I don't know what kind of segue you did there, Jovan, but I don't know how that relates to
It
Mac.
didn't
but-
work.
Well, here's the deal, Jovan. Have you ever written an email to somebody about, let's say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then at 4 o'clock you checked your mail, and they replied, but it said they replied the next day at 3 in the morning or something like that? Well, that has to do with time zones. If your computer doesn't know where it is, it can't tell you the time that the email was sent. What happens is when you reset your computer, and in this case your Macintosh.
Your what?
Your Macintosh.
Okay.
There is a control
Nice.
panel called the Date and Time Control Panel. If you go to this control panel, the time zone, it is defaulted to a place called Abu Dhabi.
Abu
I would
Dhabi?
love to know where that is.
Abu Wadi?
Abu Dhabi.
I would love to hear their
Okay.
accent from Abu
Abu
Dhabi.
Dhabi.
What you need to do is you got to make sure that you select the city you're in. In this case, we're in Dallas. So we're just going to select Dallas, hit OK, make sure you have your correct time. Now, next time somebody sends you an email, the computer knows where you are, knows the time zone, so it will give you the correct time, the correct date when that email was sent to
So
you.
that's pretty interesting. I mean, you have to. That makes sense. I mean, that the computer doesn't intuitively know
No.
what time zone or what you're in, or what city, I guess per se. Does it adjust for like next Sunday, which happens to coincide with
Yes.
the fact that we'll be going national with the show next Sunday? Will be our first national
Going what?
broadcast. Going national, our first national broadcast. That. Will this intuitively jump forward because we have to leap forward in spring or spring forward? Will this intuitively do it?
There's a checkbox that you have to tell it. You check it if you're in the daylight savings time or not. There's some little programs that will go out and check on the net for the time and set your clock. Those will do it for you automatically. But in this case, if you're not using anything but the software that comes with it, you got to click on the daylight savings times checkbox.
Very interesting. I like that.
And I have a question I know all of our viewers have for Luis.
Go
Luis, turn around, and who is that photograph behind you? What is that? Wait,
Ashley
go to Luis.
Banfield.
Let's see that. There she is. I think she is great. She is
My
one of the
girlfriend.
Channel 4 anchors.
That's right.
Your girlfriend. Who is that written to there?
It says
Chris-
to Luis.
It says to Luis.
Luis, baby.
I loved you.
No.
I loved you, man. I loved you.
I think Ashley's great, by the way. She's the Channel 4 anchor. She used to be morning, and now she's evening. She's very, very good.
Well, thank you, Laura. I always wondered who that was and why it was there.
I want to know who that was.
Afternoon Eve. You know, Mark, I want you to do. Thanks, Luis. I want you to do something for me, Mark.
Okay.
Do you have atomic clock on your computer?
You bet I do.
You know, folks, I want to show you a nifty piece of software. Can we do it real quick, Mark?
Sure.
This is called Atomic Clock. It's a very good utility to have.
Yeah.
Can they get it on our website?
Sure.
Okay, you can go onto our website and find
We
it.
can do anything.
Okay?
This is
but
the
this is
internet.
called Atomic Clock. Basically what it does is it takes the big atomic, the nuclear. Say that for me, Dave. How do you say it? Nuclear?
He remembered.
You did remember. How funny.
The nuclear
Dave
clock,
can't say
world
that.
clock, and it actually automatically makes sure you're not even a gnat's second off. So how does this work, Mark? Let's switch to Mark's computer.
It's a great little program, and all I did was I just started the program, and it pops up a little window. And I'm going to click on the button that says check. And what it's going to do, it's going to go check the UTC time and my local computer's time. And see, my PC is 14 seconds behind. We're going to click on adjust, and poof, the clock's matched.
It
I'm on time.
automatically changes it. Isn't
Ain't
that
great?
a cool little bitty program?
That is really
You're
neat.
absolutely.
What was
here that adore Macintosh?
All right. Don't do that again.
By the way, that file is on our
sampling?
website.
What'd you say, Mark?
That file is going to
The
be on our
audio
website.
file. If you weren't here last week.
Yeah, it's on there. If you look under, check out these as well in the hot sites. There's this great audio file called Outtakes. Click on it. You have got to hear it. It's hysterical.
I was trying to get the one that says there are a couple of us here that adore Macintosh.
You like that one, don't you?
I love that one.
That was really cool, but we're not going to go back into that. Let's take another quick call. Let's see if we can get the question in before we go to break. Let's go to Tim on line 1 in Dallas.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, good evening, Laura.
Hey, you got a question?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do.
Okay.
The question was about conventional memory. Okay, what I'm wondering about, Netscape requires 585 conventional memory. I was curious what Internet Explorer requires.
You know, that's a
What is
question.
that?
I have no idea what conventional memory is, and you're not going to if you haven't heard it, unless
you stay here.
You stay here for the break. Okay, we're going to tell you what conventional memory is. We're going to answer Tim's question, and we got a very important bumper coming up that's going to tell you how to use that NetHead card you probably received. Go call a friend, tell them to tune in. Sign up for the Pentium computer from Optimal Computers. We'll be right back after this very, very brief message.
Hey, Gadget Guy Dave Matthews here with another tip for you. If you have a Communication Expo Net Talk Live NetHead card, take a look at the web address on the back of the card. What you'll find if you go to it is a listing of up to $5,000 in savings on products and services brought to you by Net Talk Live and Communication Expo. Thanks for tuning into the show, and go to that website.
That is the haunting voice of the innocent little child who cries out from her grave for justice. But are we any closer to an arrest in the JonBenet Ramsey case? We will talk with several experts whose analysis of the evidence points in a startling direction. Our ongoing investigation of the Ramsey murder poses the question, did the mother have anything to do with it? Next to Aldo Rivera Show.
Monday at 1 on Hot TV 27.
Getting married? Then don't miss the Dallas Bridal Show, April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. This spring bridal event is held with the Dallas Women's Expo. Meet 30 of the area's top wedding professionals with everything to plan the perfect wedding. Future brides register for thousands of dollars in fabulous door prizes. See the beautiful fashion show at 2 p.m. each day. Discount tickets available at Dillard's. Enjoy the Dallas Bridal Show and the Dallas Women's Expo, both for only $5. Plenty of free parking. April 5th and 6th at Dallas Market Hall. Don't miss it.
The city is alive. The energy is building. You can feel it. You're picking up speed. We're on top of it. You can see it. Life's too short. Don't waste a minute. Fox 4 News at 9. You can do it. Nobody gets you closer than Fox 4 News. Nobody.
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? Two witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Between life and death.
Pharaoh's only son buried without his name.
Between hope,
Vengeance extending beyond the grave.
and despair. A mummy with an age-old vendetta strikes back.
The dead shall walk! The dead shall speak!
Between mind and matter. An ancient evil must be stopped on the next episode of Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
Next on Springer.
I'm a racist. I hate all the non-white subhumans.
Do you get along with anyone?
They're part of a racist organization, and they're looking for new members.
We're recruiting right now. We're getting all the young kids, we're getting them in your neighborhoods.
But these racists may have come to the wrong place.
We're being loyal to our own race, okay?
No, the truth is you're embarrassing your race.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Monday at 9 on Hot TV 27.
There's some of the people hanging around tonight, and 3 of them joining us tonight are Ronnie, Susan, and Cody Chapman up here checking it out.
We can barely see him. Can we get closer?
Susan's hiding in the dark there.
Come on. Susan's being, there's Cody.
Ms. Markle,
Susan.
There's everybody going on. They're kind of in the dark, kind of hanging out, seeing how this television show works behind the scenes here at Net Talk Live. Of course, we're in the last segment here, and we were talking to Tim in Dallas, and he wanted to know what conventional memory was and how much of it did he need for Internet Explorer. Did I say that right, Tim?
That's correct, yeah.
Conventional memory, and you want to know how much is needed for Internet Explorer, so let's go over to our resident Internet Explorer expert, our web head, Mark Markham.
640.
Huh?
How was that?
640.
What?
640.
No,
42.
What are you all doing?
Actually, I think the minimum is 256. And what he's talking about is conventional memory. There's conventional memory, which is real memory, and the rest of it's all high mem or upper memory. We've got, for instance, on my laptop, I've got 512K of conventional memory, and then I've got 48 some odd megs of upper memory. And what he's referring to is in DOS or in a lower level operating system before Windows 95 and so forth, it only recognizes X amount of RAM or memory. Some machines have to have a certain amount in order to run properly, even in Windows applications. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that IE has a minimum because it has to be run with Windows, and Windows has a minimum of 256, I believe. I think that's correct. I'll have
So
to check
how much is the maximum in Internet Explorer, Mark?
Well, I think the maximum you can get is 640.
It's 640. And real quick, in layman's terms, what is conventional memory?
I'm zoning out here.
Well, it's the necessary amount of memory that your system needs in order to begin the boot up process. In other words,
Now I get it.
You got it?
I get it. That's easy.
Get it, got it good.
That's easy.
I can't believe it. I got something simple.
Okay, let's go to our next call real quick. Let's go to Kathy in Dallas.
Hi, Kathy. Welcome to Net Talk Live.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
Great, thanks.
Great. My question is my ISP is FlashNet, so when I'm at home, I retrieve my email from my ISP.
Okay.
If I'm off-site at another site and I want to retrieve my email from my ISP and I'm using someone else's ISP, is there any way to retrieve my email from their ISP?
So you want to check 2 email accounts?
No, actually, I just want to check my own email account.
Through somebody else's,
From a friend's, right?
Right. If I'm at a friend's house, long distance or something like that, I want to check my email account on my ISP.
That's a good question.
Now I understand. Anyway, let's go over to Mark Markham. He deals with this every now and then. Mark, how would she do this, checking it from someone else's account?
Yeah, it's real easy. I do it all the time. I just steal somebody's mail account and zip in and check mine right quick. It's easy. If you go into like the options for the email client and just click on the server tab, and both of them do Netscape or Internet Explorer, even the Eudora, you can set up and just make sure that the SMTP server is the same as it would be for your email client at home and the same as for POP server, and then put in your login and your password, and when you hit the next time you click on send and receive or check mail, boom, it'll go pop that email account and bring down your email.
So if I understand correctly, now if she was to open up her email program, what would she open up to get a look at what her SMTP server is or her POP server or POP account? Where would she go to find that?
Well, in IE, she would click on Mail and Options, and there'd be a tab called Server. In Netscape, it would be News and Mail Preferences, and there would be a section called Servers as well.
So all she needs to do is go open that up, write these down.
That's correct.
And then if she's at a friend's house or on a friend's account, just put that information in place of what's there. But
right.
don't forget what theirs is, by the way.
That's
okay?
right.
Put it in, and then she could check her email account from anyone's dial-up.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Well, there you go. Hopefully that'll help you out. Let's go to our last call of the night. Let's see if we can get it in. It's Kathy in Dallas. Oh, I got that wrong one. Oh, line 3. Let's go to Doug in Richardson.
Hey, Doug. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
hey.
Laura. I like your necklace there. It looks like the holograms from the West End.
Thank you.
My problem, I'm using Netscape 3.0, and my hard disk filled up. And I got to checking, and in the cache subdirectory under there, every page that I've looked up since the 1st of February is sitting in there. JPEG files, GIF files, and HTML. What am I doing wrong? And can I just go erase it?
So you need to empty the cache.
Every file since God's creation of this computer.
So, Gadget Guy, you look at JPEGs and GIFs quite a bit on the web. So how would you dump your cache so it was emptied out?
I've got to clear that cache so there's no proof, no evidence. What you do, is...
Don't forget the history file.
That's right. I've got my computer pulled up, and I can show you how to do this. If you click on the Options pull-down bar from Netscape, scroll down to Network Preferences. Within Network, the first tab on the left is Cache. You've got two caches. You've got Memory Cache, which disappears every time you reload Netscape, and you've got Disk Cache. Click on the Clear Disk Cache now, and it says, do you really want to do this? Click OK, and you did it.
And it's gone, and it's cleaned up, and all that space is now collected again. Mark, how do you do this on Internet Explorer? Is it basically the same thing? Show us real quick.
Yeah, except that you go into View, and then you would go into Options, and under the Options you would go into Advanced, and it says it has two buttons under Temporary Internet Files, View Files and Settings. Click on Settings, and then you have a button down there that says Empty Folder. You can also set the amount of disk space to use. Mine, for instance, is set for 2%. I can change that to 40% of the drive. Some guys actually have a whole disk that's dedicated to nothing but caching. So there you have it. It's really easy to do.
That's pretty cool. So
that's too bad, because if you set it too high, you get to the point of diminishing returns.
So it can actually slow you down. So, Mark, another great show, my friend.
Great. Absolutely lots of fun. Happy Easter, everybody. Hi, kids. Appreciate it. Had a lot of fun today.
Dave, great show.
Thanks, John.
A lot of gadget stuff going on today.
Then I'm cracking up because in email you're being compared to George Michael and Don Johnson. That's pretty cool.
Okay, whatever, Laura. Great site.
Thank you very much.
You're really getting that down to a science. Very
thanks
useful.
to viewers, and thanks to Nancy McCoy, by the way, who sent me the one about the road maps, and also thanks very much to our makeup person, Kelly Roberts, who does such a great job making all of us look so good.
She does do a good job.
Including you.
That's Ice Princess, isn't it?
Anyway, folks, I want to remind you, you got to go to our website. Please sign up for the Pentium computers. Remember, we got a lot of stuff going on. Give us your opinion. Win a free computer, win $1,000 worth of software. You have almost 10 chances to win. And all of this is compliments of Optimal Computers. They're giving us these 4 Pentiums. We love you. Tune in next week. Make it a great week. We'll see you real soon.
This has been Net Talk Live. Net Talk Live is a presentation of AudioNet, the broadcast network on the internet. 570 KLIF, home of the Talk Team, and Hot TV KDFI, Channel 27. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Microsoft, developers of the world's leading computer software, including the internet's smartest web browser, Internet Explorer. Get smart. Download your free copy of Internet Explorer now. Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. CityView.com, your local information and entertainment source. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. This is Net Talk, the world's first triple cast. Net Talk is everything you need to know about the internet and how to use it. Tell your friends about Net Talk, and we'll see you again next week. Net Talk Live is owned and produced by Infotainment Telepictures.